All right, I'm just making a video here because some people ask me about some of the stuff that I use when I travel because I only take a carry-on bag everywhere I go. And I can basically travel all around the world for months on end with everything that you see here. So everything that you see is basically most of what I take, really everything that what I take when I go on a trip. A couple things I'll leave out and I'll explain that in a minute. But the first thing I'll talk about is the bag. Now, when you travel, most carry-ons only allow you a certain size bag, of course. Generally, that's up to about 45 liters, and that's about the most you want to try to get away with because anything bigger than that will be too big to fit in the overhead bins and whatnot. This bag that I have is a 40 liter, which is a little bit undersized, but it still gets everything I need done. This is a Gregory. It's basically a backpack style and has a spot for laptop, things like that. It's pretty plain, not too fucking dorky, doesn't have any weird colors or anything like that, doesn't stand out like I'm a tourist, which is never the good move. So you can use whatever type of bag that you want. It can be a roller, it can be a backpack, it can be a duffel bag. I like the backpack because if it's raining, stuff like that, you don't have to drag it down dirty roads, cobblestone roads, upstairs, stuff of that nature. Plenty of companies you can get good bags from. North Face has one called the Base Camp, their duffel series that's quite good. Patagonia has a line called the Black Hole, I believe. So you want to be looking at bags 40, 45 liters max to still be legal to carry most airplanes and things like that in the world. The only other bag that I carry, so I'll use this as the main bag, and then I kind of use this Patagonia, I think it's called a pack tote, as as like a hand carry or your personal item that you use on the airplane. And this works as a duffel bag, so you can carry it just like this, but it also has straps that are stowable, so you can just stow them away if you're not using it. And this works super nice as like a day bag or something like that where you don't want to take the regular bag. So these are the two bags that I use when I travel. Sometimes I'll put the laptop in this, sometimes I'll put it in that. Just very versatile. You can do whatever you want with it. So that basically here is everything that I have. As you see, I'll take a couple pair of sandals for, shower shoes, going to the beach, stuff like that. I have a pair of lightweight sort of athletic shoes. These go in the bag. This is in addition to what I'll wear, which, regular shoes, or it's up to your preference, of course. Really, everything is quite simple. I carry about 2 pairs of pants. I carry 2 to 3 pairs of socks, 2 to 3 pairs of underwear, 2 to 3 pairs of shorts, 2 short sleeve shirts, a long sleeve shirt. And then some of the jackets I have up here. I don't usually take, there's 3 jackets here. I don't usually take all of them. It just kind of depends on the trip. This is a Rab Power Stretch Pro. It's made out of really high grade fleece, very warm. Windbreaker. I usually pretty much take this windbreaker everywhere I go because it's super light, packable. You can put it in your back pocket. It folds into its own pocket. And then this is a synthetic sort of down jacket. I like it better than regular down because, well, if it gets wet, it'll still hold its warmth. It also packs down real nice and light. That's sort of bit preference. You can kind of bring what you want. One thing that's very critical if you're going to be carrying only just a small amount of luggage and baggage that you see here is high-tech or higher grade materials. Now, like these underwear, these are all made out of merino wool. Socks are merino wool. That shirt, those pair of pants, these shirts over here, all merino wool. So merino wool is it can be heavy or lightweight depending on the grade of fabric that you get. It doesn't stink, so you can wear it for days on end and it won't smell. You don't get that nasty funk that you would get wearing cotton and things like that. It retains its heat. If it gets if it gets wet, or if it's things like that where cotton, if it gets wet, you can't retain body temperature well with cotton compared to merino wool. So it's just a very high-tech fabric. You will pay some additional costs on something like that compared to regular cotton, but you get a lot of benefits out of it. You can go 2 or 3 days without wearing stuff, or longer if you want. It wears real nice, and you kind of just get what you pay for traveling light. Unless you want to do laundry every day, you got to kind of invest in good materials. Some of the other things that I have here, you know, a lot of this is preference, but I have a like a long sleeve sun shirt. This has a hood and stuff on it. It's very, very lightweight. It's moisture wicking, so if you're out in the sun, you want to put something on, you want to, you know, lather yourself with sunscreen, things like that, you can just throw this on. It's pretty lightweight. Lightweight towel, which you can use if you're training jiu-jitsu or at the beach or anything like that. Have that. Of course, your passport, phone. These are a pair of folding Ray-Ban Wayfarers, very lightweight, come in their own little case, just to keep the profile down, keep things nice and streamlined, a little bit lighter. Computer. I like to have a hat, of course. You never know, you can, you know, if you need it in the sun or having a bad hair day or some shit like that. Sleep mask. Sleep mask is very critical. Yeah, you kind of look a bit like a dork wearing a sleep mask, but if you're in a place where you don't have a lot of darkness at nighttime, or people are turning on the lights or stuff like that, really, really comes in handy. These are a pair of Bose Quiet Comfort headphones, noise canceling headphones. Super great on the airplane. Also super good if you're in a loud environment and you want to try to get some rest, or you don't want to hear screaming ass kids in the background or people fucking or whatever's going on. Pill cases. I bought these cool little pill cases when I was in Japan, and they're real good if you have your supplements or anything like that in there. These are just for vitamins and things. If you're bringing your Xanax, your dick pills, whatever, you should probably leave them in the original container so you don't, you know, cause duress with people at the airlines or security. And I had this little pill container that I use that, like, if I'm going out for the day, I don't have to take everything with me. I'll just throw whatever vitamins and stuff I need in there, throw it in my pocket, and then I'll just use that. These are also super critical if you're just using one bag. I mean, you don't have to do them, but they make your life a lot easier. Are these little, basically packing cases. And they come in different sizes, shapes. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them anywhere. And you can kind of separate things. Like you can put your shirts and pants in one, your underwear, socks, things like that in another one. This one, or just, I forget, one of these, I'll put all of my jiu-jitsu stuff in there. And when I travel and training jiu-jitsu, I only bring one gi. Now, other people, you know, bring more gis and they like having more gis, and that's fine. This is pretty much everything, all my jiu-jitsu stuff that I need anywhere. It's a lightweight travel gi. This is a 100% real lightweight ripstop. This one is from BJJ Globetrotters. There's other companies that make them as well. Dries super fast. I like dark colors, as you see, not only for the gi, but for a lot of stuff here. For a couple of reasons. Sometimes you don't have access to a regular washing machine where you can wash light colored stuff really well. So dark colored stuff, you can kind of get away with washing it maybe half-assed once in a while, because you can't really see, you know, stains and things like that if you get on them. Same thing with the gi. I like a dark gi because white gis sometimes get grimy. Maybe you can't clean them well, and at least you don't see it. It looks like shit, even though it might be filled with shit. So, computer. All my accessories and cables and things like that. Computer cables, phone cables, adapters for the phone. I have just little case that I put everything in. There's a couple cables that I don't have in here right now, but keeps everything nice and separate. The only one other thing that I have is if you want to work out and things like that on the road, sometimes if you don't have access to a hotel gym, I have a little kit that I kind of made up. Homemade TRX suspension training device, a couple of elastic bands that you can use for different kinds of work. Once again, this is just sort of preference stuff. I'll just like to have this in case I'm traveling. And yeah, so that's pretty much everything. I mean, a lot of this stuff can be somewhat subjective. If you're a lady, you might have different needs, or if you're going to a super cold climate, you know, it's wintertime, you're going to be going to Norway or somewhere up in the north, maybe you would have a little bit different jacket, or maybe an extra pair of pants. You know, I have one sort of nicer shirt and a nicer pair of pants if I have to meet clients and things like that on the road, which I do often. So a lot of this stuff is pretty subjective, but for the most people, you can really get away with just a minimal amount of stuff if you just plan properly, have a good bag, buy good quality clothes that have good materials, and yeah, so this is what I like to take around. I hope you get some knowledge out of it. If you have any questions or any comments, you want to tell me to fuck off, just go ahead and do it. And that's it. So let me know what you think. Thank you.